In a time long forgotten, in a realm shrouded in eternal twilight, there existed a hidden village named Eldergrove. Nestled deep within the whispering woods, Eldergrove was veiled from the world by thick ancient trees whose branches weaved together to block out the sun, casting the village in perpetual dusk. Eldergrove was a place of secrets, a place where shadows danced and whispered, and where the line between reality and nightmare was thin and frayed. In this village lived a young woman named Elysia, who was known for her curious nature and her raven black hair that seemed to absorb the light around her. Elysia had always been drawn to the mysteries of Eldergrove, fascinated by the ancient tales of her ancestors and the eerie beauty of the forest. Yet, despite her love for her home, she could not shake the feeling that something dark lurked just beyond the village's borders, hidden in the depths of the whispering woods. One fateful evening, as the pale moonlight filtered through the tangled canopy, Elysia discovered an old, leather-bound book in the attic of her family's cottage. The book was covered in dust, its pages brittle and yellowed with age. Intrigued, she carefully opened it and found that it was a journal, written by a woman named Seraphina, an ancestor long forgotten. The journal spoke of a hidden realm known as the Vale of Shadows, a place where the souls of the lost and the damned were said to dwell. It was a place of unimaginable darkness, where ancient spirits whispered secrets and dark powers thrived. According to the journal, a great evil had once threatened Eldergrove, and Seraphina had ventured into the Vale of Shadows to seal it away, but she never returned. As Elysia read the final, hastily written entry, a chill ran down her spine. "The seal is weakening. If the shadows break free, they will consume us all. I fear my strength is waning, and I will not survive this journey. May whoever finds this journal carry on my quest and protect our home." Determined to uncover the truth and protect her village, Elysia decided to venture into the whispering woods and find the Vale of Shadows. She packed her belongings and set out at dusk, guided by the dim light of the moon and the flickering glow of fireflies. The forest was silent and foreboding, the trees seeming to close in around her as she walked. Hours passed, and the forest grew darker and colder. Elysia could hear the whispers growing louder, unintelligible murmurs that sent shivers down her spine. As she pressed on, she came upon a clearing where the trees parted to reveal a shimmering veil of darkness, a gateway to the realm described in the journal. Steeling herself, Elysia stepped through the veil and into the world beyond. The air was thick with malevolence, and shadows moved like living entities, their forms shifting and twisting. She felt an oppressive weight upon her chest, but she pushed forward, driven by the need to protect Eldergrove. The path ahead was treacherous, and the shadows whispered to her, trying to lure her into madness. They spoke of her deepest fears and darkest memories, but Elysia refused to be swayed. She followed the faint glow of an otherworldly light, which she hoped would lead her to the source of the darkness. After what felt like an eternity, Elysia arrived at a desolate clearing. In the center stood a towering obsidian obelisk, pulsing with dark energy. This was the seal Seraphina had created, now weakened and on the verge of breaking. Elysia approached the obelisk, feeling the darkness clawing at her mind, but she pressed her hands against the cold stone and began to chant the words she had learned from the journal. As she chanted, the shadows around her grew restless, their whispers turning to anguished cries. The ground beneath her trembled, and the air crackled with energy. Elysia's vision blurred, and she felt herself being pulled into the darkness. But she held on, focusing on the light within her, the light that had guided her through the forest and into this forsaken realm. With a final, desperate cry, Elysia poured all her strength into the seal. The obelisk glowed brightly, and the shadows recoiled, their forms disintegrating into wisps of smoke. The darkness lifted, and the oppressive weight on her chest vanished. Elysia collapsed to the ground, exhausted but victorious. When she awoke, she found herself back in the whispering woods, the veil of darkness gone. The forest was still and silent, but the air felt lighter, as if a great burden had been lifted. Alicia made her way back to Eldergrove, her heart filled with a sense of accomplishment and relief. The village welcomed her return, and she shared the story of her journey and the threat that had loomed over them all. Eldergrove was safe, thanks to Alicia's bravery and determination. But the memory of the Vale of Shadows lingered, a reminder of the darkness that still existed in the world.